Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today, taking out some more classic beer from the Badger Brewery or Hall and Woodhouse. Or is it Woodhouse and Hall? Does that actually say Hall and Woodhouse? So, a brewery that is actually the cause for me being interested in beer. This was the first beer that, or not this beer, but the brewery that opened my eyes to beer. I reviewed their Golden Champion once again in Beer Review 4000, and I reviewed it way back in the past. I was sure I reviewed their beers but on the channel, but I never have. I've only reviewed Golden Champion. So we're going through some of them because I was lucky to find some because I have not seen their portfolio of beers in a long time. And they went through numerous design changes over the years. And now finally are looking like something out of Fantastic Mr. Fox or something. It looks like very modern, but it still looks very old school and English. Also new bottle types. So this is one of the larger independent breweries in the UK. They have a series of pubs around the country, in England. And I'm not sure if they have pubs outside of England. But they're a larger brewery. They're based in Dorset in the south of England. And this beer we're trying today is their Fursty Ferret. So this was one of my favorite Badger beers back in the day, alongside Golden Champion. And that's the only one that I've had before of this set of beers that I got on Optimal, which is where I found them. I've never seen these online really before. They used to be supermarket beers in Denmark, and then they disappeared. And they're kind of supermarket beers in the UK. They're in a lot of stores, but so far they've been pretty fucking good, actually. Better than I remember, and maybe it's also because I'm getting more into simpler beers. So they call this an amber ale. It's 4.4%, and I think they used to call this a bitter. I think it used to be a bitter. It's interesting because Fuller's London Pride, they also now call an amber ale. And I don't think amber ale has really been a term used too much in the UK. I think that's more American, really. I'm not entirely sure on brewing history and everything with that. But when I've been to England and stuff, I never saw amber ales. I saw ruby ale sometime, but never amber. So Fursty Ferret, they got just some funny little things on here. But what's interesting, I think they've definitely changed the hops on this. So it has crisp hop notes from Celia and Centennial. Moorish malty backbone from ale and crystal malt. So it must be modernized a little bit. I don't remember this having American hops. And I think this is one of their only beers that's not flavored as well. There's a couple that's not flavored, but also like Hopping Hare wasn't flavored. But they put a little bit of flavoring in some of them, like Golden Champion, which is elderflower, and Golden Glory, which is peach, I think, or something like that. But they have a wide range of beers. All bottles of this were clear as well. They had stubby bottles, small fat ones. I actually have an old picture of a friend of mine who sits in the green room drinking a bottle of Fursty Ferret. Holy hell. The original Fursty Ferret bottle. I'm going to try and post that. It looked like that. Small, fat, clear bottle with a much more historic and old school label with ferrets on it around the barrel of ale. Quite different. They've changed that format a lot. It's one of the breweries I think that's gone through the most design changes over the years in the UK. But I'm really looking forward to this. I didn't want this to be a long video, but it always ends up being long videos when I have nostalgic things to talk about. But let's revisit Fursty Ferret. So pours a nice copperish color. I guess you could call it amber. It looks like what I expect from like a British bitter. It looks very nice, white, off-whitish head that has some sick lacing. It looked great when pouring out, and I could smell it. It smelled really jammy. Let's check out the aroma on Fursty Ferret for the first time in at least 10 years. So that smells quintessentially English, just like Hopping Hare. There is definitely biscuity, malty, bready tones, but it's really jammy, marmalade-y notes, orange marmalade, but also stone fruit marmalade. Yeah, I'm like Centennial can give off classic grapefruit vibes and whatnot. I'm not picking up too much of that. Celia, I actually don't know that hop. Celia, it's either German or maybe it's English. I think I've heard. Have I heard? I'm not sure if I've heard that name, but It smells good. There's definitely some biscuity, bready maltiness underneath. It smells like a delightful session beer. Let's try it. Cheers. You could smash this. You could absolutely smash this. So I actually just brewed the best bitter at Bad Seed. And it's not too far off something like this. I think the Bad Seed one is a touch more malty, a bit more rich in the malt. We used biscuit malt. Oh no, or was it amber malt? It was either biscuit malt or amber malt to get like that biscuity, crackery type bready flavor. It's not like, it has a more biscuit, like English biscuit type flavor. And biscuits is, you know, digestives, whatever, stuff like that. And more of a biscuity flavor than like, say, a Munich malt, which is more bready and richly bready. It's just offers more of a snap to the malt character. Snappy, crackery notes. Toasty, crackery notes. And there is some soft caramel tones. Very toasty, burnt toast, brown bread. And then marmalade-y. There's definitely something here that I don't think of when I think of this beer classically. I'm not sure if this was always brewed with Centennial, but there is a touch of grapefruit on the end. Like, making you think to the, you know, American beer scene. It's really slammable though. Insanely sessionable. I mean, it's pretty good. It's like, it's not as rich in the yeast character as I hoped, just coming from the aroma, because it smells so quintessentially British. There's a bit like, it's more subdued, but it has some of the jammy stewed fruitiness. Like citrus or stone fruit marmalade. Snappy bitter finish. It's also a bit spicy, also a bit nettly or something like that. That's a nice pint of bitter. It's not going to be, or amber ale, as they say themselves. It's not going to be the best English beer I've ever had. But it's nice, and it's nice to try something like this again, because you never see this. There's a lot of craft breweries trying to do them, and it would be fun to try them once in a while when they hit. When they do them, it's like rare these things are being made. But I think last year, like Garage made one, or was that a mild? But bitters can be so nice when done right. I think one of the best, 5 points best, was amazing. That was the best bitter I had when I was in the UK. That was so good. Rich yeast character, really nice, bold hop flavor. Really good. I think this is good, but you can definitely also feel this is more of a supermarket beer than, you know, if a craft brewed bitter or from a smaller brewery. But I've almost drunk this pint in the video. That's just how these beers are. They're so testable. So I think in terms of grade, I think I'm going to finish this for sure, because it's really quaffable and enjoyable. But I'm unsure if I want to go 90 or 89 or something like that. I think it's around that territory. I think it's pretty good bitter. I mean, maybe 89, maybe actually 88. I'm just not as fired up about it as I think I might have liked Hopping Hare more. Maybe that was actually my favorite. I'm not sure. I think so, maybe. Yeah, I think maybe I like that. Maybe it's like Hopping Hare then, and then DSB, and then this. Well, let's see. The last one is Poacher's Choice, so it'll be fun to try. That's a ruby ale, so I guess that will be similar to Hobgoblin. Let's go 88, 89, 90, something in that range. Really good. I'll decide, and it'll be down below once I finish this. But this is really good. So if you guys, and quintessentially classic, and not mind-blowing beer, just really nice beer to drink. So if you guys had a chance to try Badger Ale's Fursty Ferret, let me know what you thought of it. Very classic beer, nice bitter if you like those. And as always, subscribe to the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and some nice British bitter. And see you guys in the beer reel.